Okay, let's take a look at expanding and condensing logs. For this one, you have to remember there's three properties, three rules. There's the power rule, the quotient rule, and the exponent or power rule. Product, quotient, power rule. So in this case, we have a single log and we're trying to expand it as much as we can. If you see here, we have 5 square root of x, so there's a multiplication between your 5 and your square root of x. Multiplication, we're going to apply the product rule. The product rule says if you have something multiplied, we can expand it with addition. So we can expand this as log base 6 of 5 plus log base 6 of square root of x. Multiplication goes with addition. Now you look at here. I still have square root of x. Remember, we can rewrite square root of x as log base 6 of x to the power of 1/2. Because when we rewrite it like this, we can see we have x to a power, so we can apply the power rule. So the power rule says if you have a power, you can take the power and throw it to the front. So we're going to continue to expand to log base 6 of 5 plus 1/2 comes to the front of it. So we have 1/2 log base 6 of x. And we have expanded as much as we can. So now let's look at number 15 over here. We have log base 4 of 16 divided by x to the power of 7. So for in this case, we have division going on. Division, we're going to apply the quotient rule. The quotient rule says if you have the top divided by a bottom, you can expand it as subtraction. So we take log base 4 of the top minus log base 4 of the bottom. And from here, you can continue to simplify. In this case, look, we have 4 raised to a power will give us 16. In this case, we can continue to simplify this even more, and I know 4 to the power of 2 will give us 16. Therefore, log base 4 of 16 simplifies to 2. And here I have a power, so I'm going to apply the power rule. The power rule says take the power and throw it to the front. And I have expanded as much as I can. So now let's go the other way. Let's say they give us an expand version of logs and we're trying to put it back together into a single log. We're trying to condense in this case. So when you're trying to condense, you're kind of working backwards, right? So first of all, I know if I see any numbers in front of my logs, they came from being powers, right? So if I see a number in front of any of my logs, I know it came from being a power. Notice I'm only taking 9. I'm not taking subtraction because subtraction belongs to another one of the rules. So I'm going to condense this one. Oops. And this is a natural log. We're dealing with natural log of x minus 12 to the power of 8 minus the natural log of x to the power of 9. 8 and 9 came from being powers. Now I can address the negative. I know negative comes from quotient. It comes from division. So if I put it back together as a single natural log, we're going to end up with the natural log of, this is your top, x minus 12 to the power of a over x to the power of 9. And that right there is the condensed form of the logs here.